I gotta say, this was a lot of fun to watch. I can't imagine being a part of it and being a part of Jane Austen Meets Zombies. How do you approach that, both of you?
It's funny that you were saying it's a lot of fun to watch, because it's the first time I've done a film where the incredible experience I had on set, I feel like, is actually represented on screen. Yeah.
Yeah, we had so much fun taking these characters that are so loved and so brilliant, and then making them warriors and getting to fight, and the Bennett sisters becoming like this girl band and ninjas, and it was just so exhilarating and just I loved it. I felt really empowered through the whole film.
Yeah.
Well, I think with Twilight, these types of films have kind of brought a new audience to film. Do you think this is the type of film that's going to translate to and film, because it's, let's face it, it's better dialogue.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, there's a lot of good stuff here. They used a lot of Jane Austen brought.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to open a whole new world to this kind of classic literature?
I hope
so. I think it's great. I think it opens up to a generation that probably, or wouldn't have gone and watched Pride and Prejudice, and then they'll see how good it is. I hope.
Because it is quite modern. I mean, and I don't feel like the language is that alienating. I mean, it's not like Shakespearean.
I also like the camaraderie between the girls, and there is that kind of. Did you guys have that kind of, I don't know, any rehearsal, something to connect early on? How did you find that?
I feel like even in our fight training, I feel like our roles that we had in the film kind of bled into real life very early on. Like, I was kind of like the slightly stern older sister, and then there was like Lily, who's kind of like bridging the gap between like me and Trouble, the youngest.
Yeah, the younger girls,
and then like
just
Millie's just offering her own thing.
Yeah.
Like, but I love these girls so much.
Yeah, and we did loads together, like loads of weaponry and martial arts, and it took like a month of when we were together, and before that we'd been working alone, so it was really intense.
Now, obviously, you probably were very familiar with Jane Austen. Were you familiar with zombie films?
Not as familiar. I love Shaun of the Dead.
Of course.
Of course.
I really liked World War Z and 28 Days Later, but I wasn't like a huge zombie film aficionado or anything prior to this.
Has it changed the way you see zombies? Now are you going to go back and watch like Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
Scary. Yeah, I will actually.
I actually, cause like I watched From Dusk Till Dawn. I hadn't seen that, and like I know that's vampires, but it was still just, I love those films.
Yeah, terrifying.
No, even this though. I mean, I know it's a little different from the book, but it seems like this is definitely a sequel material.
Yeah.
Do you think about that? Or would that be something you'd be?
That would be like my dream come true.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we really loved it. I think that you can put us girls back together and like chaos would ensue, and it's fun. It's fucking girl power.